everybody? It's your favorite day late and a dollar shorts favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the movie realization of Kylo Ren. It's been a while since we looked at one of these. I think this is old, I think it's late, but I just started getting a few of them. I found a kind of a place for them. I'll show it to you in this video. I'm only getting a few. I'm not getting all of them. In fact, I'll be reviewing the final, some of them that I've got coming, or going to have coming at some point as I get them, but it's one of those things where I have a little bit of space. They would look good in the space. When that space is full, I am done. So with that, let's get started looking at this guy, but in order to do so, we gotta start with accessories. He comes with 2 sets of additional hands, 2 posing hands and 2 holding hands. That's in addition to the 2 fist hands that you saw in the opening footage. They're all detailed the same way. We'll talk about that when we go through the figure. Of course, he comes with his sword that's done up in the lightsaber fashion, and it's pretty cool. We have nice sculpt work with some silver paint and then black wash added too. And then we have a translucent that goes from an orange to a red, both at the side guards and at the blade itself. And I like the kind of angle here of the dangle, you know what I'm saying? God, I'm an idiot. I like the, you know, the kind of silhouette of the sword, very like the broadsword style. Yeah, very cool. I dig it. And he can hold it just fine. So let's talk about the figure. And typical to this line, the deco is beautiful. The helmet sculpt is great. All the little doodads along it, like the little crown of thorns, looks awesome. We got this layer of stuff here on the back of his helmet, which looks good. We have dry brushing throughout. And yeah, I don't have any real issues, man. It looks good. We have a double ball peg from the head into the neck. You get up to there and down to there. We have the swivel. We have a confused Kylo face, and I think that's about it. We have this cape, which has silver paint along the lines of it, and then the Empire symbol done there on the back, or the First Order symbol rather, and then nice sculpt work throughout. We have disc hinge shoulders. Due to the cape, you get a little 8 up, but you can get up to about 90 degrees. Then you have the dry brushing on the shoulders, on the arms themselves. You can also get them around. They're also going into a ball peg in the chest that will allow for a butterfly joint. And then we have these 2 chain nipples, which are cool. And then some tight gray line work around the creases of the armor. We have a single disc hinge at the elbow with a swivel, and we have a disc hinge at the wrist with the hinge up down, and it'll swivel at both ends. And then we have the turquoise paint added to the brim of the glove along with silver line work throughout. I will say that some of the dry brushing looks a little sloppy, but it doesn't really detract from the overall look. Double ball peg from the chest into the abdomen for a great range, plus a swivel. We have this floating piece on top with the knife. I do wish that the knife was removable, like, you know what I mean? Like, because usually they have like a separate weapon. I do feel like the accessories are a little light with this guy. But we have the ivory paint along with the the gold paint, and then the maroon paint and the purple paint on the belt, and all of that looks good. Then we have the kind of cloak here. Once again, we have this brown, heavy brown wash that looks good, and digital sculpt work throughout that looks sharp. Underneath, we have this tab here, and is there one in the back as well? No, just this one with silver line work, and then we have the pants, which are sculpted nicely. You get T-jointed ball joints that get you out to the side. The cloak kind of chews it up a bit, and forward and back. These aren't super articulated in the lower body for the most part with the line anyway. And then we have a double jointed, I think, yeah, double jointed knee in the back, but it still only gets you about 90 degrees. And then you have the lower legs with the turquoise added on, the hinge up down for the silver line work, great sculpt work throughout, and where it pegs in, you get your rocker. So it's pretty much par for the course with this line, the normal kind of stuff, tons of sculpt work, fair amount of paint, a lot of sharp paint, a lot of interesting paint, a lot of paint you don't normally see on action figures, but sharp nonetheless. All the silver line work that's tight around the helmet there. Different, you know, glossier plastics, matte plastics. Like, it's a lot of variety here, and it's a very unique look. I've always dug this line. I put it off for so long. I finally found a place for it, so I'm happy to get a few. Size comparison wise, there he is with the Black Series Kylo Ren from episode 9. So they are bigger figures. And there he is next to, like, a Masters of the Universe Classics Hordak, so more along that scale size. He's even a bit taller, honestly. So I know it's a little dark here, but I got this Vader, and then Maul, and then Kylo, Fett, Royal Guard, and then I'm gonna have Phasma and Jango, and that's it, and then I'm done. But got a nice little place for him. Final thoughts wise, let's talk about the negatives. I do feel like the accessories are a little light. One of the things I've always liked about this line, there are like all the different blades and daggers and weapons and stuff that were pretty cool and had little scabbards for them that seemed full of pride, etc., etc. And this guy doesn't really have that. Also, some of the paint is a little on the sloppier side than what I'm used to. I had to double check that it wasn't a KO because I got a huge KO problem, but I got a lot of stuff in my box that would suggest that it's not a KO. I got the hologram, I got the actual barcode and the number system and all that. So I'm guessing it's not, but I had to check because I was like, man, some of this paint is a little sloppier than what I'm used to. And lastly, you know, the articulation for the lower legs is super hindered due to the kind of robes, but I should have expected that to begin with. I'm not sure if I can hold them accountable for that. Positives wise, still great sculpt work, as you've come to expect, still great materials, as you've come to expect, still a lot of character that comes through with a unique look and tons of paint accents everywhere, plus washes, and most of which are done really well. A lot of character comes through on this guy, so ultimately at the end of the day, it's still a recommend from me, just not exactly in my top 5 of the movie realization series that they've done for Star Wars thus far. Hope that helps. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, until next time, take care.